So patch 1.06 came out, and I'm very excited to play these missions. Like super excited. And then I start playing them, and I realize something horrible has happened. And I say to myself, where the hell did my damage go?
Search.
Feeling something like Rick Moranis, blew up the kid, now he doing damage. You ought to know, like my name's Atlanta. Say don't me, take a seat, young Christopher Hansen. I'ma sweat all day just to...
So welcome back to the Tracer testing range, the big fat fucking toad. Yeah, I'm a little bit perturbed today, just a little bit. And I'm going to tell you why. So after patch 1.06 came out, it became pretty clear to me very quickly that something was wrong with the damage I was doing. It was nowhere near the amount of damage that I was used to putting out. And so today I started doing my testing. And I found out some really crazy stuff. And it's not going to be good. You guys are not going to like the news. So I tested basically all the attack skills and buffs. Because it said in the patch notes that these have been augmented. They have been adjusted. That's what it says in the patch notes. So I started off with testing the power pill. And before the nerf, I'd done videos on these before. And before the nerf, it was a 44% increase at 99 dexterity. And now at 99 dexterity, it is at 32%. So not that big of a deal. It's a, decent drop, but it's not as big as some of the others. And then I moved on to Carnage. And man, did this one get hit with a nerf hammer. I mean, it got just destroyed. Because before the nerf, you were at an 82% attack increase whenever you use the Carnage Talisman. And I mean, you should be going higher than the power pill because you do take a defense debuff when you're using Carnage. And now, after the nerf, at 99 magic, because I tried testing it with scaling magic, it is at a 30% increase to damage. It is lower than the power pill. At this point, Carnage is lower than the power pill. And that is ridiculously stupid. You want to know what is the best damage buff in the game right now? Like, just from buffs that you can use? It is the Guardian Spirits. Those attack buffs. The Tengen, or as I like to call him, Jerry, because I cannot pronounce his name. The Tengen attack buff is 42%, which dropped from a 60% attack buff. So even it didn't get away unscathed. So I'm going to tell you something really quick. And I did a lot of testing all the way around on all these. I tried different combinations. And I did find something that I think will help all of you guys out, to get as much damage out of these skills as possible. So one thing that I noticed when I first tested these before the nerf was that they stack multiplicatively if you're using the Jerry Spirit, if you're using your Magical Peacock. If you're using Jerry and you take Power Pills or Carnage Talismans, it stacks multiplicatively. So you get a gigantic damage increase. This does not work the same with Power Pills anymore. It is not only not multiplicative, it's not even additive. It's almost like a penalty. Like a 4% penalty whenever you use the two of them together. So instead of being 72 when you add them together, it's at a 68% increase. It's not terrible, but it's not great. But what I did find was that if you use the Carnage Talisman and Jerry's special ability, then you get an 83% increase to damage. So those still do stack multiplicatively. So when you're using the Carnage Talisman, the only way that it is good from this point on is if you are using one of these spirits, either Jerry or the lion. I'm going to call him Simba. If you're using those, then Carnage Talisman works, and it's still decent. It is nowhere near as powerful as it was before, because the two combined pre-nerf was a 200% damage increase. Now it's much shittier than that, but at least this does, kind of fill that gap. Don't use Carnage on its own anymore. You know, power pills are better if you are not using those specific guardian spirits. But if you are, and I suggest that you do if you're, you know, going for damage, then they still do stack on top of one another. You know, Kato, however you pronounce it, that one's in a much better position now. It definitely stacks up against some of the other guardians. One big thing as well, the Carnage Talisman did get a duration increase, so it now lasts 50% longer at almost 42 seconds when you're using the Mystic Art. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the video today. If you like it, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you on the next one.